The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Hold up, hashtag heels for life. Wanna welcome everybody. Yeah, we gotta get.
What's going on, y'all? I'm having all kinds of problems right now. Welcome to hashtag heels for life special edition. We're following the Sasha Banks and Naomi situation. We've been at this like all week long. Thank you guys for following us and making sure that we keep you up to date with the news that's circling about Sasha and Naomi. And now, right now, more BS. But before I start, I want to put this out here. You already know what I'm about to say, so shut up. First, what I need you to do is hit that thumbs up and leave a comment. Then I need you to subscribe to this channel. And then I need you to hit that notification bell where you can get news and rumors from hashtag Heels for Life Wrestling Podcast exclusively on YouTube and Facebook. So, everyone, I was preoccupied yesterday, but as soon as I was done, yes, I was notified that by several of our viewers, some shit took place on SmackDown yesterday. They gave us a follow-up via a live show, SmackDown yesterday. Very unprofessional. I do not know why would they even do this. If this is not concerning the storyline, I don't think that they should put this on national television. But the WWE is known to be petty. And, you know, if they're going to blast somebody, that's what they do best. So, Michael Cole, at one point on SmackDown, him and Pat McAfee, but more so it was Michael Cole, basically said in so many words that Sasha Banks and Naomi are indefinitely suspended. If you are just catching up on what's going on, you heard me correctly. Like you see on your screen, these two are indefinitely suspended due to the fact that they walked out on Raw this past Monday. They put the women's tag team titles in a briefcase and gave it to Mr. John Laurinaitis on his desk, and they walked the fuck out. In response, the WWE was not happy about this. From Raw to SmackDown, every commentator was literally bashing the fuck out of Naomi and Sasha. But Sasha is getting majority of the heat because, according to some folks, she has done this on more than one occasion. And the thing about this is that you have to look at this as an entire whole. This is a structure problem, which I have stated before several times on this podcast. And I said that the WWE needs to get their shit together before another motherfucker or another female talent walks out. Now, this has been this whole narrative about being unprofessional. There are levels to this shit, y'all. Levels to this shit. And that is why people like me, podcasters like me, have to put the shit out here and reinforce it that this is not the first time that this has been unprofessional, that we've seen this on national television. We've seen this countless times. But the problem is that there are some races, like white people, not being racist, but there are white people that have been disrespectful, that have been unprofessional on national television, but they have not been prosecuted or been punished with the most extreme levels. No. But when we look at people like Titus O'Neil, when we look at Rick Swann, when we look at Sasha Banks, when we look at Naomi, they have been punished like a motherfucker. But the only difference is with Sasha and Naomi, they went through the steps. They went through the proper channels. What the fuck is going on? What makes them different from the other ones? Or if you are a part of a dynasty like the Samoans, you are not going to get touched. And this whole indefinite suspension, it goes a little bit more deeper than that. The WWE decided to take down Naomi and Sasha's merch. And they took them off the Facebook page and the Twitter page. Now Sasha is going by their indie names. I think it's Trendy Fatu, if I'm not mistaken, and Mercedes, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I've been following the Booker T, his podcast, and what he said on his podcast is that he wants to hear Sasha and Naomi and what they have to say. I do too. I'm interested to know what they got to say instead of this Twitter, BS or whatever from these dirt sheets. Yes, it's helpful, but at the same time, I want to hear from the horse's mouth. Mark Henry said this about Jim Uso. As a matter of fact, he called him out. He was on the he was on Busted Open Radio. And Mark Henry said that Jimmy Uso should have confronted Corey Graves for calling Naomi unprofessional. So this is what he stated. He said, my issue is not even the walkout. My issue is not even the disagreement or the disclaimer. My issue was with the people on the show saying that was unprofessional. But what I'm going to tell you right now, if my wife and I'm working on that show, I'm walking down to the announcer table and I'm going to say, hey, stay professional, do your job. Then I won't have to walk down here to the ring and tell you not to do that again. And once again, on SmackDown, it was announced that Banks and Naomi has been suspended indefinitely and stripped of the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Now, they're going to hold a tournament to find out who is going to be the new women tag team titles. But once again, not to be shady whatsoever, but this is just pure logic. How in the hell can you have a tournament but you don't have a women's tag team division? Okay. There's some other news. There was let me see if I can pull it up. Okay. Former WWE coach Chris DeMott, yes, called out the WWE for addressing the Sasha Banks and Naomi situation, but ignoring ignoring Sonny for killing a man. So this is what Mr. DeMott said. He said so they will come out on WWE television and say that Sasha and Naomi is hashtag unprofessional, but they would not address a Hall of Famer superstar who has killed someone after numerous DUIs. I wonder how this looks to the public. Not gonna lie. I mean, he has a point. But then that also goes into the spectrum of Hall of Famers. You have Donald Trump that's going around and inciting riots, attacking the U.S. Capitol, and yet he is still a Hall of Famer. I'm trying to figure this out. But then when it comes to two black women, I mean, you are like just being petty, shady, and everything of the sort. I don't really understand how white people can get away with this, Samoans can get away with this, and then when it comes to black folks or whatever, it's just like, no, we can't allow that shit. Now, everybody said that this is not about race. I need you to really, really look at this situation, Okay, I don't give a fuck about your loyalties. I don't give a fuck of how you feel. As a matter of fact, if you want to, you can unfollow me if you want to. But I'm not going to come on this podcast and soothe your feelings and your emotions or whatever. This is the shit that has been going on for the fucking longest, and I am tired of motherfuckers throwing this shit under the rug. If motherfuckers can be unprofessional and you want to and they doing this on national television, you should do it for all, not for some. And the issue is every time I bring up race, everybody wants to be in their feelings. The only reason why you are in your feelings because you are guilty of something that you do not want to say publicly. Yes, this is about white privilege. This is about Samoan privilege. This is about dynasty privilege. This is not for the culture. It never will be for the culture. It's only temporary. You get your goddamn fucking Quest card and shit, and they say, yeah, go ahead and spend it. Yeah, Yeah, I'm going to give you all of what you need. But when it comes to you doing what the masters say, it's either you do what the masters say, or your ass is going to get the fuck out. But like I said, that only applies to some, not all. I thought about this shit before I came on this podcast because I am not going to. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm just not. That's not me. I told you my energy stayed the same. And I will still say this, I'm going to stand by Sasha and Naomi because this bullshit is out of order. Out of order! Out of order! The WWE was fucking out of pocket for this bullshit. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I don't care about them goddamn wrestlers up there hitting me up and talking about, oh, you think you an expert? No, nigga. I'm not an expert. I am the fucking loyalist of wrestling. And if you are being done wrong, I'm going to put you in your motherfucking place. I'm going to tell you what is wrong in this goddamn industry. Everybody wants to have their fucking secrets, but you know what? At the end of the day, and I have to think about this long and hard about this, ain't no such thing as loyalty in wrestling today. You're only loyal to yourself. I know that's a hard pill to swallow, but I just been seeing the patterns over and over and over. There are some people that are loyal, don't get me wrong. But as a whole, I'm really starting to see there ain't no goddamn loyalty in wrestling. The only thing that you are loyal to is your money. I'm so irritated, y'all. Like I'm irritated. We got comments. I'm gonna pull out the comments and then I'm gonna pull you guys on. What's going on, Antonio? What's going on, Willis? What's going on, Trey? Willis said that he just made a video of concerning this issue. Ty from YouTube, what's going on? Derek, what's going on? KPG, what's going on? How you doing? Daniel Miller, he said that he is so proud of Sasha and Naomi. I'm glad that they walked out. I hope they stay away and let their contracts expire in a few months. KP said that I heard that they're going to freeze their contracts so they don't go to AEW because both of them have a few months on their contract. We're going to definitely talk about that in a minute once I bring you guys on. Trey said that a lot of people say that this is work, which I highly doubt. I mean, this is the same company that acknowledged Stone Cold for that took his ball and went home when The Rock came out. Daniel said that the unprofessional women in the WWE Charlotte. Ty said that Sasha Banks and Naomi has rights too. They care about the women's division. And see, let's talk about that part. Naomi and Sasha had a job. That's why they were the tag team champions. And what they wanted to do was they wanted to bring the tag team division, what's left of it, they wanted to bring it to another level. And it was pushing merch. So if you are the champions and you are the cream of the crop, and you go to your boss and you say, hey, I don't like this direction. Can we kind of change it up a little bit? And then your boss, which is supposed to support you, you being the cream of the crop of your division, he's at least supposed to help or try to tweak it a little bit. Motherfucker didn't even do that. He said, I'm going to stand by my word. I'm going to be fucking stubborn like an Aries. Yeah, Aries are stubborn. But yeah, I'm going to stand by my word. And that's all I got to say about that. So in response, Sasha and Naomi felt some type of way. They felt like they were being disrespected. They felt that they wasn't being honored as champions. They basically was treated like Walmart shoppers. You're only here to shop at our store. Let's get your money and get the fuck out. It's basically how they've been treated. But the fact is that I don't like how the women in wrestling is being treated, especially in the WWE. I'm tired of it. Yes, AEW, they got their problems too. With the Big Swole situation, I'm going to touch up on that too, because I want to kind of go right back to Big Swole. There's a lot of what Big Swole said looking back a couple months ago. There's a lot of shit what she said that actually made sense. About diversity, about structure, she was right. And I would sit here on this program and I would tell you guys that. That a lot what she said about AEW, she was right. VIP 2010, what's up? VIP said that that's pretty crazy. Derek said that a lot of unprofessional happens in WWE, AEW, Impact Wrestling, and much more. And then Ty said that Stephanie McMahon is going on hiatus for her family. Daniel said that it's because of the McMahon family running into the KKK and hate black people. Malik X, he will be our special guest tomorrow night. Can't wait for that. He said, what's up, man? Could I join the show? We're going to have you on tomorrow, so don't worry about that. Or you know what? I don't mind. Yeah, I'll bring you on in a few minutes. Let me just go through these comments real quick. KPG said, I think that's why Naomi is not getting much heat, because they know that Roman is going to say something. Trinity and Mercedes. Yeah, that's what I kind of figured. Okay. VIP said facts. Ty said something about Stephanie McMahon going on hiatus is fishy. Let's see. I'm trying to get some more. Winner Circle, what's going on? Mikhail, what's going on? How you doing? Kevin, what's up? All right. Mr. AJ Prince, what's going on? Juan, what's going on? How you guys doing? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post the link. Let me see if I'm gonna get you guys I'm gonna try to get you two at a time. Maestro, what's going on? How you doing, Reggie? What's going on? Okay, so let me invite you guys real quick. I'm about to put up the link. We're gonna have a nice discussion. And yeah, let's do this. All right. Hold on. Now my shit want to go slow now. Okay. All right. Hang on. Yes, it did. Okay. All right. We got two people in here. All right. And yes, I also encourage wrestlers to come on here as well. I definitely want to hear your comments, or like I said, if there's anything that you agree with or disagree with, I would love for you to come on the show so we can talk about it. Because one thing that I want to talk about, if there's anything that turns me on, is intellectual conversations. I love that. I get off on that. I love it. But the thing is, don't come in here and say that, oh, you're a wrestling fan and you need to stay in your place. Yeah, I'm a wrestling fan and I'm a podcaster. And I love the wrestling business just as much as you do. So that just because you take your bumps does not make you don't think that you're better than me because we have a different opinion. Because I respect yours and I want you to respect mine. But that doesn't make me an expert. But I'm not no fool though. So that's all I want to say on that. All right. Okay. So we got a couple of people in here because it just keeps beeping. All right. Okay. Get out of here. Quit. All right. So we got KP. We got Kenya. Okay. All right. Let's bring you guys on. Hello.
Hello.
What's going on?
Hey.
Hey. What's going on? All right. So you heard what I said. Now you guys can just give me your thoughts. So let's kind of go around the room real quick. Jaquez, you are up.
Why you gotta start with me?
Because you came in here last.
Oh.
Go ahead.
All right. First off, did I first think this was a work? Yes, I did. Unfortunately, I don't think it is. After, paying attention to everything that's been going down and getting more details on this shit, the WWE, I'm trying to understand why couldn't they just shut the fuck up? Like, if this happened, right, we will probably find out through the dirt sheets or whatever the case may be. Let that, you know what I'm saying? You guys don't recognize any of the shit that goes on within the dirt sheets, really. But now all of a sudden, you want to beat them to it and then have their reporters report on this shit too. You want to release official statements and shit off of a main event that I don't even remember being fucking promoted. Did anybody see it promoted on SmackDown? I don't think so. I don't remember this being promoted. I don't even remember this being a thing. This is a main event that just popped up like back in the fucking day when you come to the show and don't know what the main event is. So you're telling me that apparently all these fans or whatever showed up to the arena expecting this match and no one knew this was actually supposed to be happening. This wasn't promoted or whatever the case may be. Cool. But you can go live on television and then promote or basically create a narrative that these black women are unprofessional.
So I got a question for you. Let me stop you right there. So not only the WWE has removed Sasha Banks and Naomi from the Facebook pages, but apparently they removed them from the then, now, and forever.
Yes, they did. They replaced Sasha with Cody Rhodes.
Wow, what?
They replaced Naomi with Ronda Rousey.
Oh my god.
That's fucked up.
I got the news.
But you know what? But you know what? Cody ended racism though.
Nah, fuck all that shit. Fuck all that shit. I just want
to put it out there.
Fuck all that shit. Look, you know what? We're in racism. If Vince McMahon dies and Nick Khan goes with him, and then we stop with this bullshit where you creating these stereotypes all the fucking time just to fucking push merch sales. But then when things doesn't go your way and these fucking people leave, now you're pushing narratives that they're being unprofessional. Sorry. Say what you said.
No, you're good. No, I'm sorry for interrupting you, though, but I hate when people actually think that this is a work. This is not a work. This is beyond petty. This is some hatred that's going on right now. Everybody want to talk about that. Yeah. Vince McMahon, he got his dashiki hat and shit and all this shit. Vince has never been for black people. This is a game. This is a game that everybody is playing. I'm not playing that goddamn game because I already know about the game. It don't got nothing to do with me being woke. It has everything to do with motherfuckers that will not open up their fucking eyes based on loyalty. Ain't no goddamn... Listen, Vince McMahon is looking at you as a hoe, but a hoe think because I'm going to be loyal to my pimp, he's going to give me a fucking Scooby snack. It doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. And it's pissing me off. It
damn sure got me mad because after I woke up and I saw all this shit today, I'm like, okay, so boom. Not only did you guys remove them from the intro, you also took all of their merch away. Then you also went live on air to make another statement about this on a show that they're not even there. They're not even a part of SmackDown, really.
They did this shit twice. They did it twice now. SmackDown. Yeah.
And Michael Cole, being the stooge that he is, you know what I mean? Of course, he did what he was supposed to do. Him and Corey is the same. Have to listen to Vince on what he's feeding you. So you come up and create this narrative again about them being unprofessional. And now you're basically going to have a tournament to replace the tag team, you know, and make new tag team champions. Which, by the way, is just going to have a bracket here, go down, champion. Because they probably only have like maybe two. Mm-hmm. Who cares? I mean, it's the fact of trying to spin this shit when you could have just hushed your mouth and not said shit. Mm-hmm. You went on TV and basically brought this out. So now you dig yourself a deeper hole. Mm-hmm. Because of a dumb ass thing where you can't even sit there and be like, okay, this idea was stupid. Mm-hmm. Instead of basically holding yourself accountable for your bullshit, you're burying two black women. And now they're suspended. They're taken out of your intro. You remove their merch. You delete their Facebook pages. Wow. And not only does this all happen, we all knew about Sasha Banks unfollowing Vince McMahon and everyone over at WWE and shit, except, you know, a few people. But they recently did change their names. They haven't changed their Twitter handle exactly, which who knows? That does take time. They may be doing that soon. But as for now, their actual government names of Mercedes Verdado and Trinity Fatu is appearing on their Twitter handles. Same thing for the Instagrams as well, I believe.
This is not.
This isn't like some type of real work. This is some real shit. And the fact that you have these weird ass fans who are commenting, basically defending $1 million company versus the people that work there. And you're not even getting paid from that $1 million company that you're so gung-ho to be cannon fodder to. I really want to, I'm trying to understand how lost do you have to be, or how brainwashed or manipulated in your mind do you have to be to sit there and be like, I'm going to take these bullets for WWE. Vince McMahon doesn't know you. He's not coming to your house. He's not hand delivering you a check. You're not getting front row seats like the guy in the green shirt who's on every fucking program. And y'all know who the fuck I'm talking about. You're not going to be any backstage segments. You're not going to be an extra. You're not going to be a fake security guard. None of that shit. None. That you're not getting no fucking rewards for not even being unsympathetic, but to be so loyal to something that has no ties to you. It's wild to me. It's fucking wild to me. And you're hearing every bit of detail that is coming out about this shit. And yet and still, of course, the people, the Blanco people, the white people, and I'm just keeping it a buck. I don't care how you feel. I'm listen, Mr. Fuck your feelings. I don't give a fuck how you feel. You're going to accept this fact. Your people are the main ones who have a problem with this when it comes to our people standing up for ourselves. You create narratives instead of accepting what we're saying. accepting what we're feeling or what we're actually projecting to you to understand. Maybe there is a disconnect, but that's on you to fucking try to make the connection. That's for you to fucking be able to understand simple human emotion. To sit there and lie to yourselves as if you never worked a fucking job in your life. Maybe some of you never have. Maybe you're still relying on your fucking parents. I don't know. But the fact that you act as if you never had a job in your fucking life where you knew something was fucking wrong, and you didn't walk away from the situation. You didn't leave for a better situation. No, you just stayed there and been a corporate stooge and just sat there and just let shit happen like a hoe because you got paid for it. That's literally what it is.
Sure.
So I'm staying. Listen, like I said, if it's not a work, because I'm still waiting on some more details, but I'm standing with him. And I'm not the. And listen, everyone who follows me, follows the podcast, they know I'm not the biggest Sasha fan. She's talented as hell, but she still got the body of an iPhone. All right.
Wow. All
Respectfully, but I'm standing with them on this shit. This isn't the first time shit has happened to one of us. I mean, Xavier Woods. I mean, well, he got away with what he did. Everyone kind of like that. But as far as like Titus O'Neil even going for a simple hug, and he was suspended
for 90 days.
For 90 days, he didn't even get released. He got suspended for 90 days. Okay, now this is the same situation going on with Sasha then, because they're not supposed to come back until I guess like I think they said July, or the suspension, or from pull from live events.
Yeah.
So when are they really coming back, or if they're coming back? Because let's not forget, Naomi's contract is up. It's coming up, and so is Sasha's. We could see the same fucking petty shit with Daniel Bryan, where the contract's going to get freezed. Or with Pac. Because remember, with Neville, his shit got freezed for a while too. He couldn't go nowhere. Wow. They violated the shit out of him. We could see that happen. Paige was another one who had a contract freezed. Can't go nowhere. We could see that happen with them. Or we could see what happened with, what's her name? Dakota Kai? Their contract is about to come up, and as soon as it's about to come up, you release them, so they have to wait 90 more days. Whichever way this plays out, y'all are fucked. And you're gonna have to like accept that you guys are wrong with this, and you may try to rectify it later. But as of right now, I'm not standing for this shit. I'm sorry. It's incredible to me just watching people like actually like really have their whole fucking sword and shield out for this bullshit. Like, oh, they should never walk out. That was wrong. You don't quit on your job. No, you don't quit on your job. Stop projecting. You don't quit on your job. You don't have the balls to stand up to your boss when they're fucking belittling the shit out of you. You don't have the right sense in your head to know when you're being made a fool of. You don't. Or maybe you just accept it. And if you accept it, cool, that's on you. That's something you need to work out in yourself. But don't project that to everyone else like that should be the case. Especially damn sure not in this situation. Damn sure not with these fucking black women who did nothing wrong except stand up for their fucking selves. Period.
All right. Thank you for your comments, sir. Malik, you're next.
All right. Peace and blessings to the panel. Can y'all hear me good?
Yes,
peace.
Mm-hmm.
All right. First of all, I want to say I thank you, Mr. Heels, for life. What's your name?
Chris.
Wildcard. Oh, yeah, well, I know your name's Chris. Yeah, I don't want to call you by your slave name. I just want to call you by, okay.
No. Not at all.
No, okay, no. I just call you Heels for life, Mr. Heels. It's an honor.
Just call me Chris. Call me Chris.
Okay, Chris. Sorry. Yeah. Well, thanks, and it's an honor to be on here for the first time on your podcast. Big fan. Yeah. This whole Sasha Banks, as the brother Friedrich Q just said on his point. Yeah. Basically this is just blatant racism from a cracker-controlled company. That's all this is. This is the same issue going back to Jordan Miles about over 2 years ago. it's basically almost the same thing. Like I said, and Chris, the point you touched on your last video, where Brock Lesnar walked through the curtain and through the belt at Vince, and Vince called him an asshole, and he just no one said nothing about that, but they nitpick and make this a whole they nitpick and make a whole social media circus out of this on two black women, like I said, on two black people, on two black queens. Now you said Sasha Banks, has body physically, but we all know Sasha Banks isn't an angel. Because like I said, I've seen videos of her walking in the street with a mask on, and when fans want an autograph, she'll blatantly keep walking and ignoring them. So I don't respect her for that, because so she does have a big head. But like I said, as you said,
but she's an icon.
The company and the system, this company system, like I said, it has always been a double standard. It probably has been like for forever, for decades. So and basically Naomi might be a follower, but I don't think she deserves the same heat, because she's basically not as big a star, and I've heard know that she's a classy actor in the business. She's nice, she's cordial, she's level-headed, so she's basically almost the opposite of Sasha, because Sasha is the one with the star syndrome. Snoop is your cousin, and she has accolades outside WWE. That's why she probably doesn't care. So she might. I look at it like this in a way. Sasha might be gone, but Trinity might come back. Let's put it that way. One might leave, and one could come back. Because Sasha has the clout and probably the power to take it to court and contract frozen or not. She can probably have enough power and lawyers to break free from a contract. You know what I mean? It might be it might be an ugly split, but I see Sasha going. I see Naomi coming back and getting punished. In a sense. But like I say, all in all, this has been a racist company forever. You can't deny that. And like I said, Vince and that whole damn family. Like I said, hey, instead of WWE, and this is what I said in one of my videos, WWE, I call it WCE, World Cracker Entertainment. That's what I call it.
World Cracker Entertainment. Wow.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm saying. Oh yeah. And you should see the video I did on Terrible Leia. Lifestyles of the rich and racist. Instead of Hulkamania, I call it Crackamania, because we all know where he's coming from. You know what I'm saying? We all know where he's coming from, and he hid that shit for years. Oh boy. That's a crack and a half as far as I'm concerned. But I call it like I see it. You know what I'm saying? Vince.
Oh wow! I can't say that on you. I can't say that on Facebook. Now by text.
Cracker.
That's what he is. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying this is a racist company, racist family, and like you said, Chris, this sport, this fake sport, wasn't meant for us in the first place. Because see, black people dominate the real sports.
Yes.
And the white and these white devils had to create a fake sport where they can be the masters of it.
Right?
Isn't that ironic? They got to create a fake
sport. And the crazy thing is that even our culture don't realize that. They don't look at the depth of like what black people had to go through. They've been in the wrestling business like for 50 years. But at the end of the day, we never got any world titles. We had to they had to sit on the sidelines and shuck and jive and shit. You know what I'm saying? It didn't take until the social media era for us to really tell these motherfuckers, look, listen, if the white folks can be champions, the black people can be champions as well. We just as good as them as well, and then some. It's just now that people will never ever come for Vince McMahon. Excuse me, slobbering like a motherfucker.
Yeah, they do.
They would never ever come for Vince McMahon.
Yes, they do.
No,
No. They're different type of
come. They don't come to Vince McMahon.
They come in a different type of level. Pause.
Yeah, but at the end, like I said, they do not go to Vince McMahon and bombard his Twitter account. But they will do that shit for Sasha, and they will do that shit to Naomi because of their skin color. Not because of their talent, not because they're human, not because they bleed like me and you.
they will come for them because of their race, because they feel that black people should not be on the same level as Charlotte or Cody or Brock or all these other motherfuckers that's on.
Or Ronda Rousey. I call her Ronda Lousy.
And Ronda Lazy Rousey cannot wrestle. I'm sorry.
And she can't cut a promo. And she can't cut a promo for shit. No. Her promos are terrible. I call her Ronda Lousy because her promos are terrible.
By the way,
Antonio, here's the thing too. See,
you have House of Glory.
Yes, but black people don't fucking
support it.
Y'all
don't support black wrestlers.
Don't support it.
It sounds good, but y'all don't support them.
Yes.
I support black wrestlers. The thing is, I'll damn sure come for Vince McMahon, and he knows it. Because the first episode I did on Rich and the Racist, I did on him before I did Cracker Hogan. And that's one point. Uncle Booker Tom, and I've done some response videos to him to his podcast. Uncle Booker Tom.
I like that name.
If you watch this, you can hear me, and because I know Chris did an interview with Stevie Ray, which I watched. Mm-hmm. You still the good little house boy, ain't you? The good little house nigga that does everything his slave master tell you to do. Mm-hmm. That's why he speaks out against Sasha and Naomi. He said, he wants to hear the side of the story. Yeah, right.
He wants to hear the side of the story so that he can fucking tear him down like he always does.
Yeah, and the reason, and you know what? See, the thing about it is with Uncle Tom T is that he will not. He won't go in like he wants to go in, because he already know everybody is about Sasha and Naomi. So he already know as soon as this motherfucker say something out of order, something out of pocket. Thank you, Kendall Lamar, because I'm gonna use that from now on. Every time this motherfucker say something out of pocket, especially now, everybody's gonna have their foot on his fucking neck until he cannot breathe anymore. And that's what I'm gonna do. That's why I've been watching his podcast and shit, because if you say something, nigga, that I'm not gonna fucking like, especially something that's out of pocket, I will personally go to Stevie Ray and say, let me talk to your brother. Give me something.
Oh yeah.
If I have to come on this podcast and talk to him, or be on the three-way and talk to him personally, then so be it. But like I said, all of this Uncle Tom bullshit, it's just not flying with me. It's not flying with me at all.
Me neither. I can see it. Like I said, I've downloaded some of his videos and I tore them apart. Like I said, I've seen some. I got him on the backup channel. That man is Uncle Tom to the 10th power. I mean, he actually reminds me of Samuel Jackson on the Django. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Stephen?
A lot of people said that about him too.
Yeah.
About him being
I'm just saying that. I mean, that's a house nigga if I ever saw one. It's like Malcolm X said.
By the way, I just want to let y'all know something. So I went and actually checked the WWE shop myself. Mm-hmm. Something I noticed is kind of strange. When you look up Sasha, no results whatsoever, right? But when you look up Naomi, there's a different page that pops up that's not the same. Like if you look up like random shit or whatever, this same shit pops up for Sasha, right?
Yeah.
But as for Naomi, it gives you like this shit saying looks like you stumbled in the wrong area.
I saw that. They posted it on Twitter. I saw both those pages. I saw that.
Wow.
So I'm looking at this as like, hold up. Wait a minute. Something not right. I'm going to it again, and yeah, parts unknown. Looks like you've taken a wrong turn. You're in parts unknown. Continue shopping. Wow. Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks. Sorry, nothing found.
For your comments, I'm gonna go to Ty. Okay.
No problem, brother.
Okay. All right. Thank you for your comments, Ty.
All right.
Hello.
Hold on, Ty. I'm sorry. Jaquez, did you say you had something else?
No. I was just saying. When you look up, Sasha says, "Sorry, nothing found for Sasha Banks. Check out these items instead." So it's two different like narratives is going on right here as far as the website.
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking one's gone and one's going to come back eventually. I'm thinking Trinity is going to come back because
I think they're more or less probably hoping that they'll probably like freeze Sasha out and then try to bring back Naomi. If they can't bring back Naomi, then they're going to try to freeze her out too.
I don't think they should do that because like
they shouldn't.
If you do that, you are going to put more heat on your company. And the WWE is not really in a good light right now because now we're talking about racism now. We're in that line right now. Okay. If you have any fucking good sense, you will know that this is blatant racism. Okay,
Bingo.
but we already know that a lot of y'all gonna say that this don't have nothing to do with race, but then y'all don't do y'all fucking research. So to those,
they're trying to bring up Stone Cold. Not to cut you off. They're trying to bring up the Stone Cold and like, oh, well, think what they did with Stone Cold. That was 20 fucking years ago.
Yeah,
that was something light compared to what they're fucking doing with him. With
this man walked out. Plus, he was the bread and butter for the WWE. So of course, and then on top of that, he was beating bitches in the closet. But they don't want to talk about that. Yep. They don't talk. They only talk about that when it suits them best. But they will not talk about that on Front Street. They wouldn't. They won't. You know what I'm saying? But if it was somebody that was black, like Rick Swan, you know, they would say they went on social media blasting that motherfucker like, you know, like it was.
And he didn't even do shit.
That's okay.
But they protected Velveteen Dream though.
Until
until more shit came out, and still to this day the fans don't believe it. Gotcha. Y'all support the wrong people.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Ty here. I gotta say something.
Yeah.
I knew something was wrong with Sasha when you was posting a live chat, and I was. You heard me?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like posting to you about Sasha unfollow everyone from WWE. Mm-hmm. So when that news broke out on Monday that she and Naomi left the company for some bullshit, I was like, that's what happened. So let me get this straight. Sasha Banks and Naomi stand up for herself. They stand up for themselves for the bullshit they went through backstage and the politics backstage. And when people find out that they are walking out, they bashing them for standing up for themselves. I don't get that. But the thing about Sasha fight for the women's division like no other. And that's the point of her walking out not once but twice. You have a woman with dedicated WWE who trying to hustle her way to the top, make other women to feel special about themselves as not only as women but as wrestlers as well. Sasha been grinding for day one, and once she went up the top, everybody want to like tear her down, bash her, saying that she's spoiled, saying that she's entitled because she speak up for herself. You get where I'm coming from? So it's just like, I don't understand the logic of here's Sasha Banks. She's part of the Four Horsewomen, trying to make woman division equal as men, but here comes Charlotte Flair being difficult backstage, throwing a temper tantrum, fighting with Becky Lynch. But when Sasha and Naomi just speak up about their woman tag team division, hell break loose. Like, I understand they are black women, but it's just that it's just so contradictory of you have Charlotte Flair, who's a white woman, has so many title rings, and half of them is meaningless.
That part.
And she get away with everything.
She get away with murder.
Yeah.
Oh, she ain't Jimmy Snuka now.
Yeah. And everybody know that he did it. That's the fucked up part. Everybody know that motherfucker did it, but yet got away with murder. And then the crazy part about it is that the puppet master was Vince McMahon, the same fucking warlord. That
I was gonna say, don't call him Warlord now.
No, not Warlow. Sorry. But no, like the Grand Wizard of wrestling. That's why I like to call Vince McMahon. He is the Grand Wizard of wrestling.
I thought that was Chris Jericho.
No, no, you know what? We're gonna call him the Supreme Leader. No, the Supreme Grand Wizard. Let's call him that. Yeah, let's call him that.
Oh, so instead of Y2J, we'll just call him Y2 Cracker. Okay, cool.
Y2K.
I used to like him too, but I didn't know he was. But I guess it's like, hey, look, y'all talk about Steve Austin. Here's my phrase for him. Cracker 316 says he's a Texas redneck white piece of shit. And look, I made a meme out of that and tweeted it to him. Never got a response though. So
you won't.
But let me get back to what I'm saying here.
Go ahead.
Sasha Banks was like the original pioneers to make women wrestling better. Like the NXT, when she stepped foot in NXT, I knew that she's gonna be a star from day one. Even like when she had her match with Bayley, I knew that she gonna be the one. But however, Vince McMahon doesn't see value of her. Like she's like what Vince McMahon see in Charlotte. And I think that Vince McMahon used Charlotte to bury color wrestler like Io Shirai, like Asuka, like Bayley and Sasha Banks and a few others. And I feel that Vince McMahon is nothing more of a Fox News bastard who is just greedy with money. That's all I have to say.
Okay. But thank you so much, sweetheart, for your comments. All right, Mr. Kenya, go ahead. You're up.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
All right, peace and blessings, brother Kenya.
Yeah. So when I first heard about the whole Sasha and Naomi debacle that's flying around, at first I didn't even want to believe it at first, because they kept mentioning and bringing up this 6-pack challenge that was supposed to happen on Monday Night Raw, where the winner is supposed to face Bianca Belair for the title at Hell in a Cell. They are saying that one of the reasons why they left the show before it started was because, for the simple fact, the original plan for the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view was supposed to be Naomi and Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship at Hell in a Cell. That was the original plan that they had. But the way they was telling it and wanting to go with the match was that they wanted Naomi to pin Sasha Banks in the match. So technically, it sounded like what they had planned for that show, that episode of Monday Night Raw, what they had planned was basically to try to get Sasha and Naomi to separate.
Yep.
To just...
That's what it sounds like. Yeah.
Didn't they say that they wasn't going to defend it until like Money in the Bank anyway? So they could have just had them lose their Money in the Bank.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
But
that's true.
That's what they had planned for that episode of Raw. They wanted Naomi to face Bianca Belair at Hell in a Cell, and they wanted her to pin Sasha Banks. But when the idea was brought to them, that's when Sasha Banks went to John Laurinaitis and just basically told him, "We're not comfortable. We're not comfortable with this whole thing." So first, she had a meeting with John Laurinaitis. Then she went to Vince. She told him, like, "We don't want to do this. We're not comfortable with it. We need to just change it up," and everything like that. Vince didn't want to do nothing about it. He pretty much just kept saying, "Do it. Just go with it. Go through with the whole thing." She didn't like it. I guess when Naomi heard about it, she didn't like it. And like they said, they took the belts, left it on John Laurinaitis' desk, They had their stuff with them and they left. So when everything was like a last minute change, so everyone just kind of looked, even I looked at it like this. Why didn't they just make it a fatal 4-way then? Keep Doudrop, keep Nikki ASH in the match, but instead they turned it into a one-on-one match between Becky Lynch and Asuka.
What you should have done in the fucking beginning.
That's what
you had these fucking people back and forth all for the last 2 weeks or so? The fuck? I'm just making a triple threat.
That did not make sense at all. And I see like where they're coming from with this, because like if you really look at it on paper, it did not make any sense at all. Because like number one, you're pulling someone two champions in the women's division that's part of a tag team, and you're putting them over here in the singles competition only for them to lose to the respective champions, which is Bianca Belair and Ronda Rousey. That doesn't make sense to me.
And all you had to do was actually. Oh, sorry, go ahead, brother.
But the thing was, and this kind of just came out too. Even if they went on with the 6-pack challenge match and Naomi won, she was not going to win the title at Hell in a Cell. Like Bianca was going to retain the belt, and whoever Sasha and Naomi put the belts up against, either it's at Money in the Bank or Hell in a Cell, they were going to either retain it or lose it. But my thing is, between Sasha and Naomi, okay, honestly, I think I said this before, and Chris, I think I told you before, I don't like Sasha Banks. Naomi, I'm cool with, because I met her a couple times, and she cool as fuck. Sasha Banks, I done seen her like probably 2 or 3 times, and every time I try to say hi or anything like that, she ignored me, didn't even say hi, wouldn't even look at me, and didn't even acknowledge the fact that I was even there.
See, wow. Brother Kenya just reinforced what I said. I've seen, Brother Kenya, I've seen 2 videos. They showed her and she was wearing a mask, for COVID, because some white guy was on the street, had a magazine out for her sign, and she walked past him like he was fucking invisible. That's what she does. And see, at the show, she's all dancing to Super Weeks, and all that other bullshit. But
so are you saying? So are you saying that Sasha is fake? I mean.
I just put it like this. She just has a really massive ego, I should say. It's like, you know how when your fans got you to where you at now and you're not even acknowledging them and realizing that the reason why you're in this position is because of the fans who supported you and got you where you are and everything like that. And I actually said this at a Raw show. Monday Night Raw came here one time and I was there. And this was when I seen Sasha Banks in person. And I was standing at a souvenir stand. At a souvenir stand. There was like a bunch of people standing behind me, and every single one of them was talking about, I'm going to get that Sasha Banks shirt. I'm going to get her glasses. I'm going to get her little ring thing. I'm going to get that. And I just distinctively said, I'm never supporting her ever again. They all looking at me like, why? Why you? I said, because I met her. I seen her at the hotel. She didn't even want to say hi. She didn't even look. She didn't even, nothing at all. And they all just looked like, why she didn't say hi? Why she didn't? I said, I don't know. But
I mean, like, not to defend her, but I hate to say this though, but some fans are trash. I mean, they force themselves at the wrestlers, and that's why I don't really talk to the wrestlers like that. Like, if I see them, if they acknowledge me, cool. But I see, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they even say that sometimes they're tired. Sometimes they were just like, listen, I don't want y'all, like, hogging me at the airports, at the hotels and shit. I mean, because like I said, you gotta give them a point. Like, some fans,
I understand.
I
understand that.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying, though. But as far as, like, we do support, Sasha, and you say at least supposed to acknowledge your fans. I get that part. But the other part is that fans are disrespectful. They don't want, they want to crowd your space, and like they want to be entitled. You know what I'm saying?
You know, that's why I say I'm not going to change the narrative with this. Like, well, because she disrespected me, I'm not going to support her because, like, you know, when our culture is being disrespected, we have to support them. That's the narrative right now. But yes, I've heard also that Sasha can be a bitch. I get it. Yes.
I mean, but like I said,
I heard that.
I mean, like I said, I've met Naomi a couple times, and she real cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? She actually makes time to say hi. And talk to you and everything. She cool.
I like Naomi. Naomi is black girl magic.
Yeah, some of them who are really nice, black or white, they will do that. But now, look, I think Sasha makes time for a fan if it's autograph signing. Like, I had a friend on Facebook. He passed away. He was a young white boy. He was in college. He had a picture on his profile with Sasha Banks. He was standing beside her, and she was smiling, and she had her hand on his shoulder. So, but like I said, he was a young white kid. But like I said, and see, I think that was that autograph signing when she made an appearance. See, so and she probably got paid for that. But as far as like Keenan said on the street, you know, if you're a real fan or something like that, trying to just say hi, like I said, I don't think Keenan would try to crowd her space. You know, but other fans might do because fans ruin it for the fans.
Because like I mean,
have you seen some of the pictures that like that goes around like motherfuckers be like hugged all up on them like that's their girl and shit, like. They be doing some crazy shit, bro. Like,
yeah, that's
I
wouldn't do that.
I
Wouldn't do that.
One be some fans that be
one time.
Okay. Yeah,
I was gonna say I seen. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, some fans are a little too overzealous, straightforward. I mean, I wouldn't do that. All I want is an autograph and a handshake, and I say it's an honor show or it's an honor man, and I keep it moving. So, you know, I won't crowd like that, you know. But if Sasha has a big head like that, yeah, then that's wrong. You know what I mean? But you know, and of course, if she's talking about the plane or something like that, no fan should be there, especially if it's 4 a.m. It's 4 a.m. You should be either two places, a job or sleeping. I'm damn sure I could be out there in the airport at 4 a.m. I'm gonna be sleeping. I'm
seeing another person.
Home in bed.
Well, Ken, did you have anything else to say? I'm gonna move on to the next person.
But I do got one more thing. But I know, just like y'all were bringing up, like they might let Sasha, they're gonna freeze her contract and everything. But I think the next step that they getting ready to take, and I don't know if this is actually gonna happen because this has been talked about for a very long time. If Sasha and Naomi does come back. If like somehow they come back and everything like that, I think what they're gonna do is put them back in singles competition, like single wrestlers and everything, and they're gonna put Naomi with the bloodline.
And honestly, you know, me and Malik gonna talk about that tomorrow. That's why I say I'm focusing on this because the bloodline is really getting on my nerves now. Like this is the part where like it's like they're really pissing me off now. I get the whole narrative with the undisputed era, I guess, you know, but whatever. Go ahead, Jaquez, go ahead.
Wow, you forgot my name.
I'm sorry because like
we're together. We're together every Thursday. And you forgot my name.
No, I just
wow.
Shut up. Stop coming
Wow.
to me.
I feel offended. I'm gonna write an angry letter.
What do you
I'm gonna write an angry tweet about it.
Oh, okay.
All right. You made me forget what I was about to say. Yes. Yeah, because at the same time, like, here's the thing. If she does come back and it was like, you know, she's gonna be with the bloodline shit or whatever the case may be. Cool, dandy, cool. I really don't give a fuck. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, everyone's expecting Roman Reigns and the Usos to fucking stand up for him. They just won the fucking Undisputed Championships for the tag division. Do you really think they give a fuck? No. I don't think so. I don't even think this man didn't even say anything to stand up for his wife. He posted pictures.
That's what you know what? That part pisses me off. Because like number one, you you slap the shit out of fucking Miz, but then when they actually disrespect your wife on commentary, you are nowhere to be found. Oh, well, I'm about to get this gold. I'm about to get this money. So
it's kind of like what Ziggy said. Ziggy said Naomi got in more trouble than her husband for drunk driving.
and it was just based on her standing up for herself. How the fuck can you get in trouble for opening up your mouth? I don't get it. We're not on no goddamn plantation. Naomi and Sasha's not.
They are on a plantation.
Did Sonny kill someone?
Technically, they are.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Yeah.
She did.
She was speeding at a stoplight, to a stoplight Friday night, and no matter how drunk she was, I know she saw the traffic light because it's red. So through all the haziness and probably blurriness, she probably saw the light, but she didn't stop. She killed a man on impact.
Well, he saw the light.
Wait, you talk about who?
Sonny.
Sonny didn't see the light, but the guy that she killed saw the light.
It was, you know what? It was partly cloudy. It was a cloudy forecast.
It was cloudy when he was It was cloudy when he was closing his eyes and going up to the upper room.
And it was cloudy for her when she was drunk. It's probably hell, but I'm pretty sure even through the cloudiness, she saw that red light. The red light is bright.
And so is that white light that he just saw. No, I'm leaving.
Welcome to the.
I'm just saying, though, he should have been killed. I'm just saying, he should have been killed. Yeah.
Yeah, the clouds.
Let's get to Mr. Willis. He's on here. So what's going on, Mr. Willis?
You gotta unmute your mic.
You gotta unmute your mic, sir.
Unmute your mic.
My guy looked like Too Short.
Yeah.
What's his favorite word? Bitch!
Yeah. You're still muted. All right.
Still muted.
I hear you.
I can't hear him. No, muted.
You unmute.
I can't hear.
Nah.
Mute.
Try to come back. Come back, and then we'll try again.
Yeah, you might have to give permission to your mic.
Yeah. So just come back.
Just gotta tell us what your favorite word is.
Okay.
What?
What happened? What happened?
I wonder what his favorite word is.
Boy, shut up.
No, but
okay.
Go ahead. Yeah.
No, so the whole thing is that no matter what happens, at the end of the day, it's going to be a fucked up. It's going to be a fucked up scenario. It doesn't matter how we look at it. It doesn't matter if they're going to be a singles competition. It doesn't matter if they come back. They're going to have to come back for the straps again. I mean, I don't think they're going to want to come back to the straps. Now, Naomi, this is the problem that I'm seeing with her. That she's going to be coming back to the bloodline. She's going to come back to the bloodline, but it's not going to be an explanation. It's basically going to be like, okay, we're going to babysit Naomi because we don't want her to get fired. You know, type of shit. You know, if she does come back, she need to come back as a heel. Don't come back as a fucking face. Don't come back as a housewife. Don't do that. Because I'm going to say like,
come back and just curse out every white folks that's there.
No, they can. She can't do that because that'd be racist. She can't do that.
So it's her and wait. You know what's crazy?
Different though.
Wait. Now I'm
yeah, but,
racist.
Wasn't she just dealing with a racist?
Yeah,
as a storyline. Sonya Deville.
What did she
Sonya
do?
Deville. Sonya Deville.
What did
she
do?
only been fighting against black people.
That's true. That's a good point.
What?
Good point.
So think about that. That storyline.
But how could we say that this is racist though? That's the part I'm not getting.
How can you say what she was doing was racist?
I mean, what was she doing? She was fighting. I mean, she wasn't like Triple H and talk about, I need you to shuck and jive for me. I mean,
basically just keeping her off TV, or just trying to keep her off TV. That's pretty much what was happening with Naomi and Sonya during that storyline. It was like we barely.
And prior to that, Naomi wasn't even on TV like that.
Like we barely seen her, and then when she asked for a match, Sonya wouldn't give her one, or she wouldn't put her in the ring or anything.
Okay.
So, yeah, so that's pretty much what they saying.
It was kind of like undercover racism.
That's why they pushing for her to join the bloodline, because they want to make Sonya feel sorry for everything she did to her. So that's why
Naomi's been disrespected for a very long fucking time.
She's been disrespected for 6 years, and like nothing has.
She came in the game disrespected.
Yeah, and that's what I said. She came in as a Funkle Dactyl. I mean, she came in
a twerking fucking black cheerleader.
Yeah, ratchet as fuck. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I'm glad Cameron is not there, because she's the same bitch that said that. Oh well, I don't date.
She don't date black guys. Yep.
I mean, yeah.
She don't date black guys. She only date white guys. But remember what I said on Thursday. Total Divas was scripted. So if the whole narrative about Naomi's been manipulated by Sasha, who the fuck were you manipulated by, bitch, for you to sit there and come out your mouth and say that? Why didn't you stand up for that shit? Why don't you stand up for fucking putting down your own fucking race, talking about you never dated fucking black men? You would never date black men.
Yep.
Heard you.
Hey, remember she said white babies are cuter than black babies.
Yep.
That really said that.
Hold on. I saw that video. I did a video on it years ago.
This is news for me because I don't watch Total Divas. I don't watch Barbie dolls. I don't do that. My whole Barbie thing is that when did she say this? Give me the link so I can see this.
I did a video on it. I have the video footage. She said it to a guy on TMZ. She said it verbally out of her mouth. I gotta see. I gotta see the video for that. I saw the video too. I can post it.
She actually came out of her mouth and said that shit.
Yep.
What?
Yep. I bet she got plenty. I bet she got plenty dudes telling her, "Bitch, shut the fuck up."
And, you know, I don't respect black people like that. Like those type, I don't care for. I think she always been jealous of Naomi. I think that's why she said the way she said it, because she said that. Well, it's the way she worded it. She said that if we were still a tag team, I bet you that wouldn't have happened. Now I understand that you a house bitch or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you want to do all of this for the white man. I get that part. But the thing is that's the reason why Donald Trump stayed in the White House the way he did, because bitches like you want to sit up here and suck the white man's dick and shit. That's why the whole society is fucked up. That's why black people discombobulated now, because they don't know about their identity. That's why. You know? Oh, yes, we keep all the fucking receipts on this podcast. I'm telling you. Motherfuckers ain't ready for that shit. They ain't ready for the real receipts.
Yeah, I know. I mean, she ain't number the triple stuffed Oreo cookie. I mean, for saying that, I'm like, hey, all you days white man.
The coconut.
She go to Chicago. Look,
that's like a brand new Oreo cookie that's gonna come out soon. Triple stuff.
She's black on the outside, white on the inside.
That's for sure. Hey, look. Hey, Ariana, if you see this podcast, go to Chicago, go to the Sunday service of Mosque Meridiam and listen to student brother Ismail Muhammad of the Nation of Islam and learn something.
Real.
It's only a suggestion, but
speaking of Total Divas, you know they shot season 3 here, like an episode.
Oh, they did?
One of the episodes of season 3 was shot here.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
But check this out, Chris. This I don't think I told you this one. When Total Divas came here, and they was at the Hyatt Regency Hotel, they had these two producers, I guess the producers of the show. They came into the hotel where we was at, and they just told everybody, it's like, hey, we about to shoot a scene for Total Divas, and if y'all want to be on camera, y'all gotta sign a waiver so we could put you on the show. And already because they just kept on saying they shooting a scene, they about to shoot this, they doing that, and they just have to be like, you want to be on the show, you gotta sign a waiver, and we'll put you on camera. And then about 2-3 people was like, and just hurried up, left the hotel. Everybody else stayed.
Wow.
And here's the crazy part: when the episode aired, it didn't even say Milwaukee. It didn't even say Milwaukee. It said something else.
What did it say?
I think it said it was a whole nother city they was in. And I said, wait a minute, that was shot here. Why did this? I think it said like, I gotta look it up because it was shot here and it was shot here in Milwaukee. But when the episode aired, a whole nother city was brought up. Like they showed our county transit bus drive past, and I'm like, what the hell did they just do? Y'all had us sit in the hotel. They let us take pictures with them. I still got them pictures on my Facebook page, but y'all didn't even put Milwaukee on y'all show. Y'all put something else. And I said, you know what? I'm never watching Total Divas again.
I mean, like, listen, like Milwaukee's always been the most disrespected wrestling city. I mean, Stone
Stone Cold Steve Austin 316 started here, and they don't talk about that. They don't ever talk about that.
That's another thing. I mean,
well, that's because your basketball team sucks.
Like everybody was throwing up.
Wait, pause. Where are you at right now?
1-1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the Eastern Conference Finals after we beat y'all asses.
Oh, but it took 7 games to do it. Remember
that's fine. That. Y'all fishing though.
We're still playing. Even if you get to the finals, you're not getting past Golden State.
Okay, I'll let you think that. Listen, you guys couldn't get past the second round.
Well,
aren't you guys the defending champs?
You couldn't even get to. You got to 7 rounds. You barely.
I thought you guys had I thought you guys had the Greek freak. The Greek freak.
I'm
what happened?
I'm not worried about that.
What happened to the Greek freak? He couldn't freak it out.
Get to the finals first.
Listen, get out the second round. It took y'all about how many years?
But you couldn't even beat us last year.
That's cool. You guys have a couple of years to catch up on championship.
Muted. Now, as I was saying before,
this is entertaining.
How dare you?
That's some basketball talk now. A real sport. Here we go.
Anyway, so
mute me.
Did y'all have anything else that y'all want to bring up? Because there's a lot of things that we're talking about that's very interesting. Like, I just really wonder what's going to happen with the end game with Sasha and Naomi.
I have a theory.
I tell you one thing. They're not going to AEW. Neither of them.
They're gonna freeze their accounts if they
maybe not.
Neither of them going to AEW.
I mean, but like I said before,
maybe not yet.
But the thing is, there's other wrestling companies that's out there. Why they're so focused on AEW though?
Because Tony Khan got that money. That's why.
Yeah.
You know for a fact if Naomi if Trinity and Mercedes ended up showing up in AEW, that's going to change the entire landscape of the women's division over there. That's a fact. Sasha's stardom is going to basically bring a lot of attention over there. They have everything in them to not try to let them leave. That's why they didn't release them and they suspended them instead. If they released them, they already had to fear it within 90 days of trying to come up with a game plan to bypass all this shit. And I don't give a fuck if you tried to resurrect fucking China herself. There is no way possible you're going to overcome that. So you're going to have to fucking do something. The best thing they could have did was just suspend them. Now, after the suspension is done, if they can't get everything back on order, then they're not going to release them. More than likely, they'll just freeze the contracts. It's going to be the same situation that happened with Daniel Bryan. It's going to be the same situation that happened with Neville. It's just going to happen. This is the shit that they did when they try to sit there and tell us that AEW is not competition, yet you guys change your entire contract structure after fucking Moxley showed up on AEW. Because after that, before then you was only doing 3-year contracts. Yeah. Then all of a sudden you extended everybody's 3-year contract to 5 years.
Why you think people forgot that? Why you think they took NXT off the network?
Okay, and they extended those contracts. Now NXT contracts are structured different than the WWE main roster contract. You get released in NXT, you have 30 days. If you get released on the main roster, you have 90 days. If someone is called up from NXT to go to the main roster, unless their contract is basically restructured, that's why I'm starting to think that's the reason why they're changing people's names, because once they debut on the main roster and they have a new restructured contract, which extends it from the 30 days to the 90 days.
So is this true? So is this true that their contract is ending in 2 to 3 months?
That is the rumor going around right now that yes, their contracts are up. Naomi's contract is actually up in 3 months. I think Sasha's is right after that.
She's gonna sign an extension. She's gonna stay. She not.
We'll see.
I got a theory. Not with the rate that the WWE is going right now. There's only so much. Like if I was them, because I can't take so much disrespect from a company that I have bled for, that I was wrestling while injured, and you sitting there and you saying on commentary through Vince McMahon that, oh, you're not good enough, you let us down or whatever. But you know what? This is what I'm gonna say. It's not that
Sasha and Naomi let us down. Vince McMahon let them down.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this is supposed to be. This is the narrative. I'm gonna say this shit again, and I want people to quote me on this. It's not Sasha Banks and Naomi that let us down. It's Vince McMahon let Sasha and Naomi down.
Yeah.
Not once, but twice. And I don't know how much disrespect they're gonna take, but I just want to say I want them to do this. Do not resign with the WWE. If you resign with the WWE, I'm gonna lose so much respect for them. And
do me a favor.
This don't have nothing to do with the AEW effect. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with
can you click Hero Carmichael's comment?
Okay.
Also, what I wanted to say was, if they come back, I think the narrative, and this is what WWE does, those two are going to be equally punished. That's what I'm thinking. They'll split them up.
But they're going to be completely buried.
Yeah, buried. Yeah, I would.
But what is that going to do though? That's not going to do shit.
It did much Ali though.
Not, but it's Vince's ego. He's saying, okay, you want to walk out? I'm gonna punish you now. I'm gonna keep you, but I'm gonna punish you.
But what you're doing is you making your company look even worse. Like the damage has already been done.
I know that, but Vince can't see that. Vince is too old and senile. And remember, he's got those grapefruits. His grapefruits have basically, I think, have clouded his judgment.
His grapefruit.
Hold on 1 second. Yeah, for that comment, real quick.
That one.
So no, the other one, the Hill Carmichael's. They can retire.
Chris, I know this guy. He's a friend of mine. He's a good man. Brother Zargon, shout out to him.
Zargon, what's going on, Zargon?
Yeah.
He said WWE has everyone replaceable. That's why they act the way they do. Not necessarily. You cannot replace a Sasha Banks. You cannot replace someone like Naomi.
Yes, you can.
Well, Naomi, okay, maybe.
No, you can't replace Sasha Banks because now they're trying. They have Bianca.
Yeah,
Bianca's next up.
Bianca is basically.
They got Nikki Lyon, so.
No one cares about that. No one cares about that Mayo A's bitch.
I'm gonna say something about her. I said wrestlers, not porn. I didn't say
okay.
Right. Listen, the thing about why I say Bianca is because before Stephanie effectively left, this actually came out that they were doing one of the press things, the same thing that I showed you about AEW's, where they had the advertisement things, the fronts. So during that, they had wrestlers there, and one of the wrestlers was The Miz, and the other was Bianca, and they were talking to networks on behalf of the company. Bianca has been appearing on commercials and shit like that. She just won the ESPY with Sasha. They are pushing for it. So more than likely, they could. That would be their next Sasha Banks. My whole thing is, if I can go back to what I was going to say about the whole thing about them retiring.
Okay.
That's not going to work because we've seen that happen already. We watched Paige retire, and
but she was forced to retire though because of her
by Sasha. But we're gonna leave that alone.
By Sasha.
Yeah. She was forced to retire.
I remember that.
Because
Sasha, there's conspiracy about that too.
So she was forced to retire, whatever the case may be.
But
at the same fucking time, she tried to get back, right? She can't fucking wrestle no more. There's nothing that they can fucking do with her. They didn't release her from her contract.
Hold on 1 second. Miles, yes, we are live currently right now on Facebook and on YouTube right now. Yes.
She was frozen her contract. Same situation with Daniel Bryan. He wanted to fucking wrestle. They didn't want to let him. So he decided he was going to retire and leave. Instead, they froze his fucking contract indefinitely. If you guys forgot about that. Okay? So think about it. You can sit there and tell them all this shit, but at the end of the day, all this is going way back. And yes, I'm bringing this up for you. Goes way back for you. For me? Yes, because this all stemmed because of TNA.
Oh.
If you remember, the reason why I say this, listen to me when I say this.
I'm listening.
Kurt Angle. Remember, he wanted to leave. But he came up with the lie of he needs to take a break. He may want to retire, yada, yada, right?
Mm-hmm.
They gave him that release. Not even a week later, he popped up on TNA. Totally fine and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So due to that, a lot of things happened afterwards. If you notice, a lot of their contracts were restructured. A lot of things that were happening between people that want to leave, not getting their release. All of that shit started from there and kept on once AEW came about.
Mm-hmm.
Once they figured that, TNA wasn't a threat anymore, and they figured like, okay, well, instead of going to TNA, we can get where the other good pool is, which is Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to Progress. You can go to Evolve. You can go to Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. You can go to whoever you need to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, to get what you need.
Mm-hmm.
So fast forward with AEW, that's when they started sending the new contracts and shit to 5 years. So no, I don't think if they retire, they can go to AEW because they're more than likely WWE will be petty like they've been doing in the past and hold them there.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's what's going to end up happening, which is going to be fucked up because at the end of the day, this is not right. With no matter which way you spin it or put it, it's not right.
So Ma said that no, things were happening before that.
Oh, really?
Can you give us some? If that's the case, can you give us like some?
I get what you. No. I get what you're saying. Attitude Era.
Oh,
Monday Night Wars.
Yeah.
Rick
Monday
Rude.
Night Wars. And
I
you said
remember
none of those companies were ever a threat. What companies are you talking? What companies are you talking about?
I hope he's not one of the.
WCW was a
WCW was a threat. The only
WCW beat their ass. Stop it.
Yeah, 83 weeks in a row.
ECW?
Matter of fact, I was about to say, let's not forget, ECW ran their fucking crowd chants anytime something hardcore happened. They didn't say this is awesome. They didn't fucking chant like wildly. No, anytime a table or something involved, ECW. That's in your own fucking company that you're trying to put your knight in shining armor for.
And that's a problem for Vince. Just like at one point they were chanting AEW on Raw, which Vince had edited out because Vince has to use recycled piped in crowd chants now.
Exactly. And to sit there and be like WCW was and nothing afterwards is bullshit. Any company that fucking gets over 1 million views or whatever the case may be, or is actually in conversation with this company is going to be deemed fucking competition. Not to mention, if you want to get technical with it, because I'm sick of motherfuckers like you, if you want to go there, if AEW wasn't competition, then when they was going through their legal battles with MLW, they wouldn't have mentioned that AEW is competition.
Bingo.
Good point.
Good point.
Bingo.
Good point.
And AEW to me, AEW is more of a threat to WWE than Vince wants to think they are.
In this era, in this modern era right now, AEW is a threat to WWE right now.
If you have to bring that up in a legal battle, let's be honest here.
We can talk about the millions and trillions of dollars, but we're not talking about the financial.
Oh my god!
Millions
and trillions of dollars that are coming from your pockets. They came from your pockets, dumbass. Of course they're gonna have it. You keep feeding into their bullshit. Of course, you're like a fucking monkey on the wheel.
I know.
Fuck out of here.
Listen, we know about the numbers, but the problem is right now, WWE brought back the pyros because of AEW. Let's talk about
Remember that got cut? Remember budget cuts?
Yep.
They cut pyro.
That's one of WWE's new pay-per-views.
Me and you talked about this on Friday. Like you can say that the WWE is the top dog right now, but they are not looking at on paper. They're the top dog. But when we actually look at it right now, WWE is fucking up left and right. This shit with Sasha Banks and Naomi shouldn't even be happening. We shouldn't even be talking about that shit right now. I don't give a fuck about the loyalties and all the other shit. I don't care about that. The issue is that when it comes to professionalism, the WWE, what the fuck? And before you came on here, we were talking about racism. There's a lot of racism that's going on in the wrestling industry, in particular the WWE, that I'm not.
That niggas like you don't talk about
at all.
White wrestling entertainment.
He's not being disrespectful, but we are getting you to
I'm being disrespectful. I'm
understand
keeping it
that
real.
this
You don't
is
like
the-
it? Get out of
This
here.
is the issues that is going on in the wrestling industry that no one wants to talk about, but they're blinded by this loyalty that that's not making you think straight. I used to be like that. I told you this. I'm not one of the fans that come on here and talk about, well, yes, I love the WWE. No, you need to look deeper into the company, to the industry itself. There is a lot of bullshit that's going on right now that no one wants to talk about, but they want to sweep this shit under the rug. And with shit like this, with Naomi and Sasha happens, everyone said, oh, I didn't know that shit was happening, but no one wants to talk about it. No one wants to do the research.
Yeah,
I wonder
That's
why.
my thing. It don't got nothing to do with being disrespectful. It has
I wonder
everything
why.
to do with the facts.
Yeah,
It has everything to do with that.
The same thing with Jordan Miles. That Jordan Miles shirt was racist, but people want to say that because you had crackers like Brad Rules,
because they don't know about blackface and they try to swear up and down it wasn't. But yet still you're looking at a fucking thank you.
Yeah,
that ain't Mr. That's not Mr. Popo. That's not Mr. Popo from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, that shit with Chris Miles.
Jordan Miles.
Listen, motherfuckers was upset behind that.
Yeah, even Booker T. Yeah, even Booker T was tried to deny, saying it's not.
And
his
that
job
nigga's
to
a house nigga.
Right.
Okay.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
He said it's not my job to defend him about the shirt. I said, yes, it is. You're a black man. You should see through that shit. And then he had this one YouTuber I went after called Brad Rules. I don't know if you know him, but he watered it down and sugarcoated it like Jordan called Jordan Miles a whack job. I did the video on him and tore his shit up. I got attacked. I got all kinds of heat from white YouTubers. Because he's one I called Brad the Cracker Rules, not. I told him a new one on that, and I got all kinds of heat from so-called white friends.
So I get look. You said you said Booker basically didn't see the problem with it. Of course he wouldn't. He didn't see the problem with Stone Cold pouring milk on him either.
Beating his ass in a grocery
remember
store.
that shit? Remember, I remember that shit. I saw that shit.
I saw American History X. I know what I'm talking about.
Hell yeah! And look,
I'm not.
Yeah, look.
You might as well just told him to put his mouth on the curb.
Yeah, really, yeah. Because look, and also Booker T's debut. Remember Booker T's debut on SmackDown?
Oh yes, let's go back to that one.
They spit in his face deliberately. Every motherfucker in that crowd knew who he was because they were watching WCW, and he showed up with Ric Flair's belt.
Who the hell are you?
Right, yeah, Dwayne Johnson with his
that was his debut. That was his debut.
He can't say that. They spit on him on his debut.
No. That was his debut. He debuted at King of the Ring. He debuted at the King of the Ring. But when he met The Rock buried him in one catchphrase. He said, "Who in the blue hell are you?" Like
it doesn't matter.
And that was actually Sting's reason why he didn't go to WWE at that time.
That's why I love Sting to this day. Sting was my favorite wrestler.
I love Sting.
Because Sting knew when you go to the WWE, you are going to be buried, especially coming from WCW. You're going to be buried.
Because Sting made it clear, I think on more than one occasion when they asked him when the whole invasion era was going on, where was he at? Why didn't he go with them? He said when Booker T came out and The Rock just cut that promo saying, "Who in the blue hell are you?" Sting took offense to it and said, "That's my reason because of what they did to Booker T."
Sting said also, "I didn't trust how it was going to be used." That's what he said to in the shoot interview. He didn't trust how it was going to be used.
There's another thing too.
Sting would have been used perfectly fine.
Everything that Sting said is going on in the WWE. If you are not part of Vince McMahon's creation, you are going to be buried.
Yeah.
And especially if he doesn't like you. The only exceptions were Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, and AJ Styles.
Oh, believe me, they'll tell you you'll have WWE putties who will defend it tooth and nail. That nobody knew who Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens were until they got to WWE. Like Ring of Honor did not exist.
Sorry, Zargon.
I knew about Kevin Steen for the longest.
I remember him as Kevin Steen. I remember back in Ring of Honor when
I'm gonna take it back. I remember Tyler Black from Wrestling Society X on MTV with the exploding rings and exploding fake ass fucking effects. Take it back to that shit. So, like,
John Moxley. Yeah, that's a good point, Chris. Like,
CZW,
John Moxley
baby.
was everyone knew who John Moxley was. You know what I'm saying? It's just we had to warm up to him. Like, because at first I didn't know who the fuck he was, but but because he had a strong following like outside the WWE, that's what like kind of helped him. But as soon as he got to AEW, nigga blew up. He blew up. And that's why the WWE do not want Sasha or Naomi to be released, because they fear that they're going to go to AEW and be bigger over there. But yes, I get the whole part. I get the whole part about the WWE.
I have a theory about that, Sasha being released.
Like, just imagine if Sasha and Naomi went to AEW and all the matches that would have been put together, like Sasha Banks versus Britt Baker, or Naomi versus Serena Deeb, or how about
Jane Cargill?
Sasha and Jade Cargill.
I love Sasha. I'm not Sasha. I love Jade. Fuck Sasha.
Jade is. I swear, I do not want to say overrated. I don't want to say that.
Fight me.
What?
You gonna stop talking about my baby like that? I'm sorry.
My nigga, you're not even tall enough. So this is not.
I'm 6'3". What the fuck are you talking about?
You're not tall enough.
How tall are you?
Your hands is just too damn short. So I'm not.
I'm 6'3".
What that means?
And I can reach up to Shaq. I'm pretty sure I'm tall enough.
Shaq is 6'7", my nigga. What are you talking about?
Shaq is actually 7 foot, but continue.
You're still short.
That's fine. So are you, Mr. 5'9".
No,
5'9".
No, sir. I'm 6'1".
You are not 6'1". You are not 6'1".
I'm 6'1".
You are not 6'1".
So yeah, just imagine.
Well, I'm 6'3".
Like, what that mean?
I'm taller than you.
Anyway, Kia, go ahead.
Just imagine like all the dream matches that would have happened if they did go over there. If Sasha and Naomi did go to AEW, just think about all the dream matches that probably would have happened if they were to go over there. Because I could think of probably like a bunch. I already named a few of them. I could probably name some more. Like, dude, Sasha Banks versus Thunder Rosa. That would have been
good.
Oh yeah.
Sasha has looks, yes, but her wrestling ability to me is not up to par with somebody like Thunder Rosa. I think Thunder Rosa would bury her in a second. And as far as wrestling technique,
or like this, Naomi versus Jamie Hayter.
Okay, so
Battle of the Asses.
I could see Sasha Banks going to Stardom.
So Chris said this. He said that Jade needs work. She even called herself green, but she's gaining popularity. Sky's the limit for her. I agree with that.
Okay. I was gonna say I don't hear no fucking Jade slander.
I need you to stop.
leave my wifey alone. By the way, CM Punk tweeted out just recently. It doesn't matter if your opinion of your coworkers is positive or negative. Stand with them, because they'll do the same thing to you and you'll wish someone helped. Trust me, you're expendable. Together, you're unstoppable.
Yeah, see, the Vince McMahon, everyone there is expendable.
Yes.
That's the problem. Everyone there is expendable. If you're not making money for him,
it's weird that Sasha Banks and Naomi got more balls than the rest of the WWE.
Hold on. What did you say, Malik?
No, if you're not making money for Vince, or if you can't make money for Vince anymore, he'll just put you out the pasture and put a slug in your head. Everyone's expendable.
Yeah.
Ty, what did you say? No.
I said it's funny that Sasha Banks and Naomi got bigger balls than the rest of the WWE locker room. That's what I said.
And they said Sasha is getting no sympathy from the locker room. So here's the thing. You saying if they come back, why would you go back? You went in the office and threw down the Taliban and walked out. Don't come back. Just stay home.
Why go back to a hostile environment?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Knowing that if they did go back, it would have been a whole lot of locker room resentment.
It's somebody waiting for you to mess with you in the locker room already. So don't go back.
Yeah.
Just
Don't go back. Stay your ground.
Go to court. No, I mean, and Sasha got the power, and like I said, I'm pretty sure Snoop Dogg would back her because Snoop Dogg is a star. Just take them to court, lawyers, get your outright release. Bypass the 90 days, get your outright release, and do what you do. Just you let it wrestle. You know what I mean? I mean, Sasha's a star. She's been on The Mandalorian. She's got all these acting accolades now. Go to Hollywood, do movies. I'm pretty sure Hollywood
she
agent.
She did that one show with Kevin Hart, and she did.
There you go, Jay. Yeah.
She did that show with Kevin Hart, and he asked her, after you finish wrestling, what do you plan on doing later in life? And she did say that she wanted to pursue acting.
Okay, there you go. So she can start early. That's all.
Naomi hold on. Naomi has officially removed the Naomi WWE superstar Feel the Glow from her bio.
Okay, there you go. So I'm guessing she wants out too. So
and her name on Instagram name and everything, including her Twitter now, is all Trinity Fatu.
All right, see, maybe she wants out now too. So see, it's getting serious. It's serious now.
Yep. Yeah, because
I'm saying thing for Sasha too.
The thing that's worrying me right now is everything is being converted to their real names, and this is not a good sign, y'all. Like, this is everybody saying that this is a storyline. If this was a storyline, why would they convert everything over to their real names? That doesn't.
It's not a storyline. No, it's not. No, it is
not a storyline.
I even said what I heard.
I'm laughing that I'm on Twitter and right now AEW Double or Nothing is trending.
And the crazy thing is, remind you, Double or Nothing is next Sunday, and next Sunday is not that far away. That's 6 days.
And they next two shows, Dynamite and Rampage, both of them is gonna be in Vegas. Yeah, because Double or Nothing is in Vegas.
Yeah.
And wouldn't it be a slap in the face if Naomi and Sasha would show up there just out of spite? That'd be awesome.
That would be fucking crazy. Because you would be fucking pissed. They would have been
pissed. That's what
it is. It's Trinity and Mercedes.
Sasha still has her name. Wait. Sasha still has her name in her bio as Sasha Banks, WWE, Kosaka Reeves, and Mandalorian. So, but she also added that she remembered who she was and game changed. I don't know if that's from before. But that's
like I said, the whole ball of wax is don't go back. Sasha, Naomi, do not go back to the plantation.
Don't go back, Sasha.
Yes. Break the chains, like Karis One had it with the comic book years ago. Break the chains. You got to break the chains.
Exactly. So everybody, we're gonna go to final thoughts real quick. I appreciate everybody watching the podcast. It was very, very enlightening. Appreciate you guys coming.
Yes, it was.
Here. Any final thoughts? Let's go around the room. Malik, did you have something?
Final thought, Bishop Man, you in trouble. Karma is coming for you, and it's coming hard and swift. So enjoy it while you can. And also, I'd like to his corporate stank daughter, who I despise also with a passion. Why she took a leave of absence? Good riddance. See ya. Good riddance. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. And don't come back. That's my final thought.
Ty, you're next.
Okay, I'm gonna say this, and this is a conspiracy theory on Sasha Banks might go somewhere else beside AEW. I have a feeling that she's gonna take the Kenny Omega route and just go to Japan and start a stable at Stardom, become a Stardom champion. And then she's gonna go back to AEW and just challenge Thunder Rosa or Jane Cargill. That would be epic. That's just me. So.
Okay. All right. Kenya, go ahead.
Hey, all I gotta say is much luck to both Sasha and Naomi. Hopefully they get through. If they get granted to get out of WWE, hey, take the pay. Take it, go. You know what I'm saying? Go someplace where they're going to treat you right and they're going to treat you better. I mean, you did your time in WWE. Sasha got like what 7, 8 championships in WWE. Naomi only got like 3. So all I can say is, hey, best of luck to both of them. Hopefully they find something better.
Got you. Quest. Go ahead.
Fuck my final thoughts. Fuck Milwaukee Bucks. 2. In all reality though, this shit has to stop. And this is like coming directly from me to you weird ass fans. Like, this shit has to stop where you constantly like just belittle these people for simply like leaving a job because they have the balls to do something you're scared to do. In this situation, I need you guys to acknowledge the racism. Stop trying to push it away as if it doesn't exist, because it does. No matter which way you try to create the narratives about them being unprofessional, them leaving, that's neither the case or there. When white people leave, they don't get called cracker. They don't get called, like, whatever the case may be. They don't get the same ridicule that you guys are putting on them. I never heard of, Stone Cold being called a mark or a diva or whatever the case may be. Hell, I didn't hear it when Brock Lesnar decided he was going to up and leave, along with Goldberg. I didn't hear that. I just heard you guys booing them and calling them quitters. But yet still, you didn't go to this extent that you're going with Naomi and Sasha. Now, at the end of the day, like I said, if it's a work later on down the line, it's a work, whatever the case may be. But as it stands right now, this is as real as it gets. And you got to just... I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of basically having these conversations as regards to racism within this company that people seem to just bypass or like ignore. Like, y'all forget about that. Like, y'all forget that they had a wrestling bunny. Like, enough is enough. Enough is enough. You got to start holding these people accountable. You got to start holding these companies accountable for the bullshit. Like, there's no answers or buts about it at this point. Now, I hear people saying that you don't want them to go to AEW, but I'd rather them do, because for a fact Sasha's going to go to AEW. She wants to go to AEW. All her friends are over in AEW. Mm-hmm. You know how many times she talks about her and Dax? Come on. All her friends are over there. What makes the most sense? If she goes there, she goes there. I would love to see the boss versus that bitch. You know what I'm saying? I would love that. Maybe it will help,
that'd
Jade.
Be a good feud, yeah. That'd be
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So my thing is this, though. If they do end up showing up over there, the same fucking people that are supporting them for walking the fuck out, if you turn on them for simply signing with AEW, you're a fucking hypocrite and you can go fuck yourself.
Wow.
Cut the bullshit. Cut the bullshit. If you're supporting them now, you're going to stand with them the entire fucking time. Don't fucking drift away just because they go to a rival promotion. You're hating WWE for what they're doing right now, right? Don't turn around and start loving them just because you're saying people that you're supposedly hating them for went to the enemy. Because I don't understand how that's an enemy when they didn't do nothing to you except give you good entertainment. Whether you want to watch it or not, that's on you. But to sit there and like deter what you're talking about now, keep the same fucking energy, people. Because at the end of the day, you're the reason. I'm speaking this directly to the fans. You're the reason why shit like this has become okay. You don't stand on anything with these people. You care about it for 1 minute, and then it's gone the next after you totally forget about it. After the next fucking trend or trendy topic comes about. You guys want to acknowledge someone, acknowledge this racism that's going on. Fuck the tribal chief shit. Acknowledge this racism. Acknowledge that the owner of this company is a racist. Acknowledge the fact that you need to quit putting narratives on black females, especially in wrestling. You need to stop. Enough is enough. I'll talk more about it more on Thursday on the Wolfpack Podcast.
All right. So,
My final thought is simply this: just like what my co-host Fuck Boston said. Um, like
Notice you got a Golden State hat on though, right? But you don't leave it alone.
Second team.
Hey,
So,
by the way, go to state all the way.
Wow, heard you. Big Green Sea. Never mind.
But anyway, like Jaquez said, like we need to really acknowledge that there's a racism dark cloud over the WWE that we fail to acknowledge, but we want to be loyal to a man that's not loyal to us, and it's really disheartening that when I try to tell people how I feel and how I'm being disrespected as a black man, is my feelings and my warnings is going is not being acknowledged. But you want me to acknowledge the tribal chief.
Tribal queen.
I just find it very funny that, you know what I'm saying, like we can sit back and we can talk about Black History Month, but when it comes to our issues, it's not acknowledged. Nope. When it comes to black women, that's constantly being disrespected, but then wants to say, well, Bianca Belair is the favorite of the month. That's it.
Just like Naomi when she has the championship.
Yep, she has the championship. So right now, we're not going to be talking about her, but then as soon as she gets disrespected, she's just going to be another sister that got an attitude. I'm not digging that shit. If Charlotte has an attitude, then we need to talk about Charlotte Flair. We need to talk about Becky Lynch, because there's a lot of unprofessionalism that was going on, but no one wants to talk about it. But if you don't talk about it, damn sure me and Jaquez and everyone else that sees this shit, we're going to talk about this shit. So
I'm damn sure we'll talk about it.
Did Becky Lynch beat
I'm not worried about it.
there?
I'm not part of the Putty Patrol Followers Coalition. I'm about the hashtag Heels for Life. Like, we're gonna fight for what we see.
Yeah.
Not like, okay, well, this is what I'm seeing, but I'm not gonna speak on it. But I'm going to have a tattoo and say that, you know, WWE for life. I ain't gonna do that. I'm not. That's just me. But tomorrow night, everybody, it's going to be an interesting show. Malik will be returning back to the podcast tomorrow, and we're going to be talking about how NXT 2.0 has become the new Pornhub of wrestling. So,
yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
I like Pornhub.
Must have like a slut fest, but
I mean that's
and look who the
I don't know any of the women over there.
No, but look at the poster child is Mandy Rose, which Ember Moon stated everybody's supposed to start dressing like. So, see.
Fuck that bitch look like a fucking puppet from fucking Team America. Fuck yeah.
Ouch. Wow. Ouch. And Mandy Rose was on the main roster, but
yes,
she
was.
She was on the main roster. They ain't do shit with her.
And they sent it back to the NXT because before they sent it back, she was tag teaming with Dana Brooke about people. They were basically the muscled up blondes. I call them something else. I forget what it was. It was called I call them the Barbies, the Barbie.
But
Patrol.
we're gonna definitely talk about that tomorrow because like I said, there's levels to Pornhub, but there's a lot of wrestlers that more so female wrestlers that is no longer in the WWE, and now they have their fans only pages.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. Yeah.
OnlyFans pages.
OnlyFans, and they're not all sex. But by the way,
not all sex though. But
let me just put this out there though.
Natalia's sister, trending in that direction that NXT 2.0 is
Natalia's sister though.
Oh, just a fair warning, Chris. I don't watch a lot of NXT, but I've seen highlights of it. But I see what you mean, yeah. Because I see the original NXT, the one that Triple Bitch created, was okay. But now, like I said, yeah, that little.
Does it mean, but men's getting sexy over there too, like NXT 2.0?
It's getting very sexy over there.
It is. Yeah.
They trying to be edgy.
I just say men, not women. Men.
They trying to be more edgy.
Oh, they got Billy and Chuck 2.0 over there.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking about.
Till that time, everyone, we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Bye, everybody. Peace.
The following program is rated.
Peace and blessings.
Wrong one.